Yes, I'll need a few moments, sir.
Oh, yes. Quite. You may not realize it, Miss Prisnowski, but Harry Dean knows Monet like I know... Well, actually, I don't know anything quite like that.
The artist has used a light ground, true to Monet's habit. The palette is very limited, no blacks or browns. Cerulean blue and cadmium yellow to achieve his broken color. And unlike the heartbreaking fraud perpetrated on the Austrians, the signature is correct. It is Monet. And it is very fine indeed.
And that, Mr. Dean, is good enough for me. Shall we discuss terms?
PJ gives Harry a winsome smile as she turns to follow Shabandar. Harry is left in the gallery with the Monet. He glances at the security cameras in the cornices high above him.
System armed.
He briefly considers Haystack's dusk, but then strolls towards Haystack's dawn with a look of grave concentration. He turns to see a ginger cat, shorn to look like a lion, pad towards him.
Hello, kitty.
He shows PJ a case full of £50 notes.
Your wages, £500,000, and your ticket home, first class, of course. No, please do not thank us. It is the Major and I who should be thanking you for the self-possession, the good humor, and the elan with which you have played your small but vital part, eh, Major?
Yeah, yes, sir. Jolly well played.
Should be arriving at Heathrow in mere minutes.
PJ smiles admiringly at Harry.
Mr. Dean? Mr. Dean.
They're back in the bar.
Shouldn't have to tell her any more than that.
Quite right. But you will have to talk to her.
He's not looking anywhere near as cool as he was in his fantasy scenario.
Back in a flash.
Mr. Dean, for all his talents, was given to one particular flaw. He saw the world as he wished to see it. But as we know, an optimist is simply a man who hasn't heard the news. As my time in the African Rifles had taught me, one ignored the elephant in the room at one's peril.
£500,000 sterling. A million, son. Oh, hello.
I believe the lady said get lost.
Harry's sent flying and a brawl ensues.
I'll take the chunky one!
The Major whoops the chunky one and Harry gets a kick in the face.
For goodness sake, just be gentle.
I'm trying to get it.
All right, no, that's enough. These people are barbarians.
Other countries, other customs, Mr. Dean.
How are we going to meet this woman?
I remember one terrible night in Botswana.
No, she's surrounded by a Cro-Magnon Swiss guard. This wasn't the plan, Major. How are we going to get back on plan?
You boys okay? Huh? Face is still on, right ways round.
Yes, thank you. All present and correct.
I do apologize, our Merle. He just loves a brawl. Nose been broke so many times. 2 years ago, had all the cartilage stick out so there wouldn't be so much downtime between bar fights.
An expedient we might consider if we spend much more time in Texas.
Hey-ho, friend. I wouldn't recommend it.
Prisnowski, may I draw your attention to the matter which brought us here to meet you?
Sure. So you're saying that's like $800,000 American? Wow.
Of course, we don't have the money yet.
But it's gonna work out, right?
Absolutely, as long as we stay on plan.
Sounds like you really want to stick it to this guy. Here we are.
A mobile home.
Inside is a man who weighs half a ton. Michael was forklifted onto a stretcher for transporting killer whales.
Shame! Shame! Hey, Grandma! All right, well, here it is. Take your pick. Plenty of walls to choose from.
Good morning.
Too fat!
Cut and bruised Harry looks over at the tobacco-chewing woman.
Major, you'd like to set your camera up over there. Perhaps if your grandmother would move over for a moment.
Grandma Merle, these nice people want to take a picture here in the house.
Is everyone in this state named Merle?
There you go.
Good God. Is she unwell?
Oh, no, she's fine. Grandma Merle just chews.
Miss Prisnowski, could you slide a little closer to your grandmother? Ready, ladies? Say cheese.
They pose with the money.
Hard facts. Honest reporting. Shabandar.
His door is rather firmly shut at the moment. Do you care to wait?
Yes, thank you. I'll wait.
Harry, at this time in a pale grey suit, waits underneath a huge wall clock that shows it's 4:30.
Lionel Shabazz explains his formula for success in his startling new autobiography, Me.
He picks up the heavy hardback called Me, with a photo of Shabada on the cover, and leaves through it. The stern, black-haired receptionist, sitting under a continuous loop of Shabandar promotional footage, looks at him askance. A fleshy, perspiring man comes out of Lionel's office and breathes into an inhaler. Harry sits ramrod still, barely moving a muscle, looking tense.
Go right in, Mr. Dean.
He comes into Lionel's office, shielding his eyes.
Your lordship.
Yes, Dean.
He looks up to see his lordship in a well-cut black suit.
That's a very nice suit, sir.
What?
Nothing. That is to say, I was leafing through the advance on the horse and hunt the other day, the layout pages.
Why on earth were you doing that?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's, well, why be coy? It's a simple explanation. So simple, in fact, that well, it's my favorite of your publications, sir.
He pulls at a chair.
Our publications here at Shabandar Media. In fact, without wanting to overstate things, I would say it may be my favorite publication ever, without the qualification of Shabandar Media, etc., etc.
Do you ride?
Good God, no. That is, I have ridden. A birthday party. They had ponies, little Shetland ponies. We traipsed around in a circle in the garden. I was, 6, 7 years old. It was my friend Bobby Montaigne's birthday party. He's a speech pathologist now. But how well I remember it. Made a deep impression, sir.
Look here, Dean. Is there something I can help you with?
Well, yes, sir, there is. Thank you very much. You see, I snuck an advance peek, as I said, at the Horse and Hunt, and I was struck most particularly by the piece on this P.J. Przanowski, the Texan horse person. Equestrienne.